Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, we're going to take a look at the History of SmackDown Volume 7. And today we're going to be looking at WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, released on November 14, 2005.
This game has not yet been rated.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
They have walked down the ramp thousands of times before. They will walk down the ramp thousands of times more. There is only one thing that makes this time any different.
As you can see, this game is based around the 2005 era of WWE pretty much. It kind of goes into like the classic eras, but it kind of goes into all the modern era too back then. And as you can tell, there's a lot of action in this game. There's buried alive matches in this game. There's Fulfill fantasy matches with the women, and this game kind of overhauled basically whatever SmackDown vs. Raw was. I mean, SmackDown vs. Raw kind of was like the downgrade to Here Comes the Pain. This game pretty much was like the ante. Like they made this game in a year, and it's kind of impressive that they actually made this game in quite in just a year's time. I mean, look at the graphics of this game. Remember that I get the graphics at 9. This is a PlayStation 2 game. A PlayStation 2 game looks this good. Like it's incredible how much of a difference there was between the last game, SmackDown vs. Raw, and this one right here. Now, for the gameplay, they actually had these little mini games during the beginning of the matches. For some reason, they took that out. Why? I don't know, because they actually add a little bit of depth to the matches. And not only that, but they also introduced stamina into this game. A new, stamina system where, the wrestlers actually would get tired after wrestling for a while. Not only that, but this game also introduced the sleeper hold system and a double countout system. I mean, where you have to actually drop the bar into a sequence where you have to push the bar before you get up in a 10 sequence. It was good. Why'd they take it out for? I don't know. They took a lot of good stuff in this game, but this game had a lot of great stuff in it, and for some reason Ukes messed it up. Now, the controls in this game, the gameplay, 8.5. The gameplay in this game was revolutionary. Why? Because they actually tried to make this game a simulation game from a SmackDown game, and it came out pretty well. They adopted the grapple system, Here Comes the Pain. They modified that and tweaked the engine to make it so the engine and the wrestling actually seemed like it was counterintuitive. They made for really, really good gameplay. Now, the only downside about this is the selling. The selling in this game is not the strongest point of this game. I mean, you can try to go to the top rope and hit someone with a down move and they get right back up. That was the only bad side of this game play. But other than that, the gameplay, the wrestling, you can actually have some solid wrestling matches in this game. And the matches are probably going for 10 minutes, honestly, evenly, with no effort at all. The gameplay in this game was great, and I loved it. And for some reason, they ruined it in the future games. But we'll get to that story another time in the future. Now, also, I have to go into not only to the gameplay, but the season mode.
See if I can find a way to solve this little misunderstanding. Eric Bischoff, you're fired.
Folks, this is from a PlayStation 2 game made in 2005. We have WWE 12 right now, and it can't do this. The sound in this game is fantastic. The season mode in this game was fantastic. It was a little bit scripted and linear.
Seeing you in the middle of this ring in your stupid little suit and tie, pleading with Stone Cold. Oh, please, Stone Cold.
I mean, look at the acting, for crying out loud. Look at the acting. The voice acting is good. It's lip synced together. It looks like you're actually watching a real crowd.
If you want to see Stone Cold as the new general manager, give me a hell yeah.
I mean, it's funny because, the whole WWE 13 whole approach is, introducing a new WWE Live, where you make the crowd know it's loud and all that kind of stuff. This game came out in 2005, and it did exactly that. It did everything that they're trying to introduce now and pass off in WWE 13 is new and revolutionary. This game came out in 2005. Ukes, what is wrong with you? How can you go back in the day? This game was good. This game was awesome. I remember I had no interest in wrestling games after SmackDown vs. Raw came out. This game was revolutionary. It had all these types of modes. It had all the types of matches. Hell in a Cell, TLC. It had backstage areas. It didn't link, by the way. It had create a belt. You can create your own belt in the game. Every wrestler had their own animations. Every wrestler had their own moveset. There was very different types of animations. There was 10 or 20 types of clotheslines, power bombs. Ukes, this game is so creative. What happened? What happened? What did you do? I mean, just look at the entrances to this game. I mean, look, this is Booker T and SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. In WWE 12, Booker T looks like a buffoon. He looks like an ape. He looks like Jar Jar Binks on crack. I don't know what the freak they were thinking of in these newer games, but this game came out in 2005. Ukes, THQ, are you listening? Wake up. You make good games when you take your time. What the heck was WWE 12? I'll never know. But this game was a great revolutionary game, and you know what? This is one of the top 3 SmackDown games, and I would dare say one of the best wrestling games of all time, is SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. This game is revolutionary for its time, and introduced a great stamina system. I think they kind of sort of Day of Reckoning, but don't worry about that. And they also, you know, just incorporated a lot of simulation elements of the game, which made the game not only semi-realistic, but fun. And that's one thing that made the game fun. It was just awesome. It was a good game to play. But you know what, folks? I don't think we're ever going to get a game like this again because, you know, PG, I don't know, kitty, whatever, but blah. Why? This game is good. Now, here's the pros and cons. The pros of the game: awesome graphics for PS2. The season mode was awesome. The roster was great. Last year, the good controls. I'll get into that later. Mini games were fun. Creative belt call, and the commentary was done by both brands. And this is the best Sim SmackDown game yet. The cons: the selling was kind of iffy. The commentary was repetitive, and some, you know, occasional controlling issues with clipping and stuff like that. And the backstage areas were kind of lacking. Overall, I did this game a 9. This game was a fantastic addition to the SmackDown series. It was amazing. It was a good sim game. Buy this game. It's cheap somewhere. It's laying in a bin in the GameStop somewhere. Buy this game, okay? You will not regret buying this game if you don't have it already. This game is also, it's an instant classic. That's all I gotta say about it. Before Ukes did whatever they're doing now this series, just buy this game. The next review will be on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I promise I'll have more reviews out sooner than later instead of it taking forever. Anyway, this is that review channel. Peace.